Greetings everyone, I am Glitch and welcome to another video. I wasn't going to make a video today because something upsetting happened, but I then remembered a few days ago I was scrolling through my YouTube and I saw a post by WeScheme. If you're not familiar who WeScheme is, he is a content creator on YouTube. He reacts to music as well. Oh, I don't do music that much because of the copyright claims, but if it's more a artist that I actually like, then I'll take the claim any day. And WeScheme is actually somebody I like. I like his personality. And he did a post that said he was dropping another subpar rap battles of YouTube. And I haven't looked at these before. I mostly watch his reactions because I like watching reaction videos. And there's one of the battles that actually caught my eye. It is Ben Shapiro versus Eric Cartman. Now, this was actually really interesting for me because Ben Shapiro is a political commentator. He does debates. He gives speeches to many universities and whatnot. And I am kind of curious how Eric Cartman fits with Ben Shapiro, because most of the time when I see a rap battle, it's usually with people who have similarities to each other. Like, this is something Epic Rap Battles of History does really well. Oh, they take characters throughout history that are relatively similar with one another. And Ben Shapiro and Eric Cartman, I do not know how those two fit. Because Eric Cartman is a character from South Park. He is obnoxious and he runs a bunch of shenanigans. I only seen clips of South Park. I never seen a whole episode, but I know what South Park is. And like I said, Ben Shapiro is a political commentator. And I know quite a bit about Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is a unorthodox Jew, if I remember correctly. I think he's unorthodox. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Eric Cartman, he's not. Actually, come to think of it, he is Jewish. Come to think of it, Cartman is Jewish. Is that right? So I guess they do kind of fit in that category. But let's see what WeScheme does, because I flat out told him that this is actually something that I gotta see, and I'm putting everything aside to actually see this. So let's get into this video.
Subpar rap battles of YouTube. Ben Shapiro versus Eric Cartman.
Let's say, hypothetically, you and I would rap fight libertarian contrarian versus a piglet of the alt-right. You're not big bone, my wife's a doctor, so I know you're a fat kid fascist feckless ball of dope, and your mom's a hoe.
Okay. So like I said, I do not know much about Eric Cartman, but one of his lines is calling himself Big Boat. That is one of his lines. Let's go back, because I gotta listen to this. And what is... I know that has to be like cardboard. Like, he doesn't have that much for an actual production in set, so he... I believe they're called yarmulkes. Am I right? I think it's a yarmulke. I could be wrong. I'm not too familiar with the Jewish religion, but I do know some of the things that they have. But he does capture Ben Shapiro really well, and he does use hypothetically a lot. That's one of his choice words when it comes to stuff.
Would rap fight libertarian contrarian versus a piglet of the alt-right. You're not big bone, my wife's a doctor, so I know.
His wife is a doctor. I believe she works in the... They moved down to Florida now because of what's been going on in California. So they moved from Los Angeles to Florida. I do believe they live... Because I think Ben works in Nashville, Tennessee, or somewhere in Tennessee, and lives in Florida, because the Daily Wire is based in Tennessee.
You're a fat kid, fascist, feckless ball of dope, and your mom's a hoe. Too big for your tight bike, obese, and it's not appealing. Worship the right, but there's truth that you're concealing.
So, Eric Cartman, there is an episode, I've seen this clip. There is a episode of South Park where he dresses up as Adolf Hitler, and he starts doing the chant. I don't know what the chant is, but he had the whole get up and everything. But
they say take a hike, psych. They kill you while you're kneeling. Don't step to my hype. Tonight these raps don't care about your feelings.
That is another thing that Ben Shapiro would say. One of the things that Ben Shapiro would say is called "the truth doesn't care about your feelings," and it's absolutely true. Because sometimes the truth hurts, and there's a lot of people that would deny the truth, but the truth does not care about your personal feelings. Truth is a matter of fact. So that is absolutely true, and it's one of the things that Ben would say. Schema is actually doing a really good job capturing Ben Shapiro.
Don't call me fat, you stupid fucking Jew. Cartman's a bitch, you're a big and pretty dude.
Okay, yeah. So like I said, Ben Shapiro is Jewish. Another thing that Cartman said, like I said, don't call me fat, I'm big boat. That's one of the other things that he would say. Let's go back.
They kill you while you're kneeling. Don't step to my hype. Tonight these raps don't care about your feelings.
Hey, don't call me fat, you stupid fucking Jew. Cartman's a bitch, you're a big and pretty dude.
I do believe Kyle is Jewish as well. I think so. Oh, I think Kyle is Jewish. But a lot of people do call Ben Shapiro a pussy, but Ben Shapiro is like pretty intelligent. I'm not gonna lie, he is pretty intelligent. If you look at some of the clips from debates that he had, they're actually really good debates. It's one of my favorite ones. I actually posted a link to it in one of my reactions because I think I was reacting to a Tom McDonald song, and I posted a link to that debate. I might link that debate there again, and I think it's transgender ideology is that debate was about. Because one thing about Ben Shapiro is that he really loves debates. He loves debating with people. It's one of his favorite things to do. And he flat out said it to a woman that was debating with him about, I do believe that's what that whole entire thing was about. It was about the Boy Scouts. I remember that, about girls being in the Boy Scouts and whatnot. And he said that I'm only allowed to keep you here because I'm actually enjoying this conversation. And it's something that he hates to do, is have conversations with people, and they're really worthwhile to watch.
You say the same shit that I do. When I lose a hat, maybe you can join up with us too. You play the violin, I bet you sing in tenor, man. Squealy trilling punk shouldn't cross me, go at tenor, man. Why the hate on me? I'm not gay or a minority. I hate we stay monetized cause they respect authority.
I'm not too sure if Ben actually does hate the gays. Is because I'm pretty conservative as well. Well, Ben Shapiro is conservative, but I am conservative libertarian. So I have conservative views and liberal views. So I'm basically in the middle of all this. It's like, do I hate gay people? No, I do not. And I think people who are homosexual or LGBTQIA have a place in society. I just think that some of the stuff that they are pushing is just out of line, so to speak. I know I'm probably going to get hate for that, but I'm just being completely honest. What did gay or minority? I do believe he's talking about African Americans because they are pretty much a minority in the United States. I think he would say that homosexuals are as well.
I'm not gay or a minority. I hate to stay in.
And yeah, Eric Cartman does do a lot of hate speech. It's like, I kid you not, a lot of the clips I've seen of this show has Eric Cartman doing a bunch of hate speech on everybody. That's not a joke. I mean, hate speech is protected by the First Amendment, I believe, to a certain degree, because all speech is free speech. Yes, that is pretty much true, but there is sometimes where it crosses a line. That's where discrimination lawsuits come from, because sometimes your speech would go way too far out of line where people would actually be able to sue you because it's called discrimination. And you are ruining a person's good name. And monetize, he means basically, if I don't have demonetization, I'm not going to be able to break down all of these. I can point out the stuff that I actually know. Now, and monetization is where you'll actually get paid for some of the content that you do. I'm not monetized. Like, none of my stuff is monetized on my channel because I do not have, for one, I do not have the ability to get monetized. I mean, my channel so far only has 11 subscribers and it has nowhere near the 4,000, or is it 1,000? I think it's 1,000 watch hours. I am nowhere near those. No, it's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I'm pretty sure. But I'm nowhere near those regardless. And I don't know if a lot of my content will be monetized because of some of the copyright claims that I get. That goes to the creators. I know this might be copyright claimed because here's the thing about my monetization issue. So if I get a copyright claim, sorry, I can't talk very well. If I get a copyright claim, it all depends on who it's for. Like, if I see while I'm uploading that I'm getting a copyright claim for a video, I will not post it. For this, I know for certain that I'm going to get a claim, and because I like Scheme. People who I like, I tend to keep videos up because it supports their channel, and I like supporting other people's channels. So, yeah, Cartman's speech, definitely say monetized because, for one, he's just a cartoon. He's not even real life.
Monetize because they respect authority.
Just because I'm a dude, you think I care about your money? You're like a liberal female comedian, always wrong and never funny.
That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. So that is actually a Jewish stereotype. It's when people are saying that Jews are all in it for the money. Like, if you look in Family Guy, it's like one of the constant things that they'll make fun of the Jewish religion for. Or like every once in a while, you'll see just Jews just picking up spare change. Like, there is, what was it? There was a scene where they went to Jerusalem. I believe it was Jerusalem. And you see Peter Quagmire in Cleveland on the streets. And then one of them goes, hey, look, Joe is feeding the Jews. And you'll see a bunch of morts walking around just picking up a bunch of pennies off the ground. And then one of them just goes over to Joe and starts taking pennies out of his hands. That is a stereotype. And the female comedians, not every female comedian is funny. Like, they're not. I'm telling you that straight up. Are there female comedians that are funny? Yeah, I believe there is. Otherwise, no. I don't think Amy Schumer is that funny. Like, she is trying to be funny, but in reality, it's just not picking at my funny bone. I have a really messed up sense of humor, and what Amy Schumer pitches to me, I don't find that funny.
Hey, women are funny, especially see my girlfriend.
Excuse me, it's my turn. And remind me how'd that little romance end right then? Why not go back to your little town and keep playing pretend? I'm a voice speaking out against the censorship oppression.
Yes, the Daily Wire is against any sort of censorship. Like, recently, I'm not sure if many people actually know, but the Daily Wire released a movie. It's called Terror on Prairie, and it's actually something that I want to see. It's just that with my financial situation, I cannot really afford another membership. But if I do subscribe to the Daily Wire, I'll have access to that movie. Terror on the Prairie stars Gina Carano, and if you don't know who that is, let me give you a little summary about that. So, Gina Carano is a actress who got fired from Disney because, for one, she has conservative views. And that's the thing about Hollywood, is that if you're not on their side of the aisle, you'll tend to get fired. So Gina Carano, it mostly all started because people are calling her transphobic. Because, for one, she doesn't have pronouns in her bio. I don't have pronouns in my bio. I do not get why we need to do that. It's like one of the weirdest things. Like, you can take a look at me, and you can know exactly what I am, and you automatically know what pronouns I use. But for Gina Carano's case, people had a flippin' fit about her pronouns, which I actually thought was hilarious because it was beep bop boop. Why did she put that? R2-D2. Those are the sounds that R2-D2 makes. And I thought that was funny. And then later on, Gina got pretty much canceled because of certain Holocaust references that she made. And one of them that really tipped the scale was when she said we shouldn't alienize our neighbors. Which is something that Hitler actually did during World War II. It was turning people against each other, so to speak. And right now, even with current society, we are against one another. We got the left and the right, and we got the far left, and we have the far right. Society is pretty much broken at that point, and people started censoring people that they do not like. But for the Daily Wire, they hired on Gina Carano for her own movie, which is Terror on the Prairie, which is out now, by the way. And if people actually saw the movie, let me know how it is, because it actually looks really good and well produced.
From marginalized to idolized, my class is in session. Confession, I out make the great savior and say no need to waste my time to entertain the unintelligent left there. So I'll speak for millions while you play as if you're relevant. I'd point out all your flaws, but in every room you're the fattest elephant.
You ever heard the saying, the elephant in the room? So he's pretty much speaking to the elephant in the room, and he's the biggest one. But what was that fast flow? I couldn't.
I'm a voice speaking out against the censorship oppression. From
marginalized to idolized.
Marginalized to idolized,
My class is in session. He does do like book clubs, so he pretty much breaks down like some of his favorite books. I know he does that.
is in session.
Confession. I don't know what that is. I out-debate the greats, so save it, you're insane. There is like some of the greatest people who are professional in debates that Ben has beaten. Like, I know he lost some debates. Can't remember how many. But when it comes to debates, Ben Shapiro is one of the greats when it comes to actually doing debates. No need to waste my time to entertain. South Park does entertain adults, but I do know that some kids watch it, which I do not know why. Because a lot of the content in South Park is like not for little kids. It's like a not safe for work type of deal. The unintelligent, less than.
I'll speak for millions while you play as if you're relevant. I'd point out all your flaws, but in every room you're the fattest elephant. I don't think that we're alike. You scream nonsense while I'm elegant. I gave your mom a wet-ass P-word, then sent her packing for the heck of it.
I'm pretty sure there is some thirst tweets out there for Ben. I mean, there is thirst tweets for like pretty much everybody who is a celebrity. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to use the abbreviation WAP, which is a song by Cardi B, which I kind of think is like nasty. I don't think anybody should be talking about that sort of stuff in front of an audience, because for one, you have children who do not meet the recommended age. It's listening to that stuff. It's something that I do not like in my music. I don't like people talking about that sort of thing.
Don't talk about my mom, you stupid piece of shit. I beat up Satan and take Cthulhu in a goddamn demo wax. You think you'll be given victory through a fucking name debate? I don't think you understand the true depths of ruthless hate.
He actually does. Yes, he actually does, because there's a bunch of people in the United States who hate Ben Shapiro. Without a doubt. I mean, Ben Shapiro had a bunch of death threats on him. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that Ben Shapiro went through while living in LA. So that's kind of false. I know for a fact that Ben knows what hate is.
That funny retard version of that asshole Steven Crowder. You'll kneel before me and set me booze and give a counter.
Okay. Steven Crowder is... I don't listen to Steven Crowder. I really don't. I mean, I mostly listen to the Daily Wire. I mean, I listen to Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh, and Ben. I mean, the only thing that I find funny about Ben is when he does a Emperor Palpatine impression. It's so funny, and whenever I listen to him at work, it just makes me laugh whenever he does it. So that's like one of my favorite things about Ben, was about that impression. And so, suck my balls like they were chowder. You don't suck chowder. Oh, you don't do that.
And when you're thinking that it's over, we're just getting started, mister. Mr. Slave will bend you over while we make him bang your sister.
Actually, most jokes are specifically about her breasts.
Yeah. Kind of sexist.
My God, nobody cares. You think that we're impressed? Your brain must be trapped in imagination land, cause shit, that's the only place where this loser winner can possibly exist!
Who won? Who's next? You decide. Maybe some rules and exceptions may apply. Subpar.
Okay, so I have to admit, I am a little bit biased on this, because I'm a fan of Ben Shapiro. If he does do a like debate over, like, in the city where I live near, or he goes to a college campus and they allow the public to go in, I would go. Like, I think he's very entertaining, to be completely honest. So with some of the stuff that Cartman said was not necessarily true. Like what he said, you don't understand all the hate. Well, yeah, he does understand all the hate. I mean, he had death threats put upon him while he lived in LA. There's a bunch of stuff he went through. So I definitely give it to Ben Shapiro. So he actually did a really good job for a parody of Ben. Now, like I mentioned to Scheme when I commented on his post, I actually used my personal profile when I commented on his post about this coming out. I said I would not be surprised if Ben Shapiro reacts to this. Ben Shapiro does do reactions on his show. I think most of them are only on like Sundays or something, because he reacts to like TikToks and a bunch of other things. So if Ben Shapiro reacts to this, I'm going to watch his reaction, because I actually think this is entertaining. Scheme, You did a good job, friend. You did a really good job on this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, please smash the like button. And if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button. Comment down below any more videos you want me to react to, or email them to the email in the description. Till then, I am Glitch. Peace.